So before the break, we have completed one important chapter for 6 marks. In 1.5 hours, we completed the concept of companies incorporated outside India. Like that, the next target for us is we need to complete all important sections inside the chapter accounts of company. Shall we? Okay. I will summarize entire chapter. I will cover all the concepts. Listen carefully. From the exam's point of view, what is extremely important? First, let us cover that. Okay. Obviously, the first important one from the accounts of company chapter will be CSR, corporate social responsibility. See the screen? We'll start with that directly. See here. See the screen once. "25 different types of questions I prepared. From these 25 questions, one question can come in examination for 5 marks. CSR will be a compulsory question once in every 2 attempts. Last attempt question didn't come from CSR. Therefore, it came also in last attempt. Then even then, CSR is always an important section. We can't leave. I thought that it was not given in the last attempt. It was given, okay. Sir, okay. Anyway, whether given or not given, important section, recurring in nature, frequently tested. So there is no wrong in covering that. First, I will cover the concept of CSR. Once the CSR is completed, next we will be moving on to another 2 sections, 136 and 137. 136, 137. Once that is also completed, 128, 129. 128, 129. Once that is completed, 134. Once those are completed, I will give the summary of 130 and 131 and we will close the sections. Listening everyone? All sections I will cover, but priority I will go first. Okay, importance basis. Let's start with the first one. What is the first topic? CSR. From here it has to start with. Okay. So first let us read the content. Applicability of CSR committee. That means which companies are required to form CSR committee mandatorily. See there. Every company, including a foreign company, because foreign company just now we read. Every foreign company which satisfies the condition has to apply also with the CSR. We read the section 384, sections of Companies Act applicable to a foreign company. So 135 section even CSR is applicable. Every company, including a foreign company having net worth of 500 crores or more, or turnover of 1000 crores or more, or net profit of 5 crores or more, must form which committee? CSR committee. Okay. Notes. Criteria shall be satisfied in the immediately preceding financial year. That means that 500 crores or 1000 crores or 5 crores, we need to check not for this year. We need to check for the immediately preceding financial year. Next. Who will be there inside the CSR committee? If company required to form or a company required to appoint independent director, 3 or more directors must be there inside the CSR committee, in which one will be independent director. If my company is not required to appoint independent director, how many directors are enough? 2 or more directors are enough to form the CSR committee. Okay. Read this, we will revise. Read this first. Read it properly, please. Okay, tell me, which companies are required to form the CSR committee? Every company having net worth of 500 crores or more, or turnover of 1000 crores or more, or net profit of 5 crores or more, shall form which committee? People are having wrong notion. Do you know what is it? Maybe 1 minute before also, you also may be in the same wrong notion. If these conditions are satisfied, CSR contribution has to be made. No, this is for committee formation. That means CSR committee has to be formed if the conditions are satisfied. Am I clear? Sorry, conditions are satisfied. Which year we should satisfy these? This year, if it has to apply, criteria must be checked in the immediately preceding financial year. From this one logic we can understand. Newly incorporated companies need not comply with CSR. You have to comply from the next year after incorporation. One clarity. Second very important thing. Okay, I satisfied these conditions. What will happen? You have to form a committee. You have to form a, what is the name of that committee? CSR committee. CSR committee will consist of 3 or more directors. At least one must be independent director. Sir, my company is a private company, sir. I have only 2 directors. In that case, 2 or more directors is enough to form the CSR committee. First FAQ, everyone understood the point clearly? Yeah. What we read? CSR or CSR committee applicability? Yeah. Next. When board of directors shall oversee the CSR activity? Answer my question. We have to form a separate CSR committee or not? Answer. When CSR committee is not required, when board of directors themselves can take the CSR activity, if the amount to be spent on CSR is not exceeding 50 lakhs, then board of directors may oversee the CSR activity. Committee formation not required. What is not required? Committee formation not required. These are all some important points. Okay, listen again. Point number 1. Generally, if you satisfy the criteria, what is required? CSR. Okay, that committee requirement not there. If amount to be spent, that means the 2% of net profits you will calculate na, that amount is not exceeding how much? 50 lakhs. Then amount is very small. Why separate committee and payment of fees to them? Board of directors themselves can take the CSR activity. Read the point. Okay. Okay. Now, what we formed? What we formed? Okay. What is the work of a CSR committee is the next question. Okay. What CSR committee has to do? CSR committee will be having 3 duties. See there. They have to recommend and formulate. They should prepare. They should recommend CSR policy from the activities specified in schedule number 7. Schedule 7 2022 different types of activities are given. Understanding or not? Education, enrichment of poor, empowerment of women, or any other kind of clean Ganga project. Okay, Swachh Bharat, like that. There are so many activities, so no one need to remember that for exam. Nonsense if you remember. That garbage don't put in brain. Main concept is there is a list of so many things which you can do for CSR. My company has to take up which CSR out of all the 25, 26 activities. That selection will be done by committee. And not only selection, they will recommend it. When I say recommend, I may follow, I may not follow. It is a suggestion you have given me. To whom you have given suggestion? Board of directors. Who gave? I may follow, may not follow. If I follow, well and good. If I do not follow as a board of director, in the board report you should clearly write why you are not following that. Okay. Next point. Recommend the amount of expenditure. Recommend the amount of expenditure. Not just telling that spend on education, you should tell how much to spend every year as well. How much to spend. Next one. What is the next one? Check whether board of directors are following the policy which was given properly or not. These three are the duties of whom? Simplify and tell me what are the duties of CSR committee? Formulate and recommend a CSR policy. Second one, recommend the amount. Third one, monitor the CSR policy. These are the three duties of whom? Next one, what are the duties of the board with respect to CSR policy? 5 duties are there. One by one, let us see. Please listen. Whose duty? Whose duty? Board of directors' duty will be disclosures. What they have to disclose? I will ask one question, answer. Auditors will give which report? Board will give which report? In that board report, you have to write. Disclose the composition of CSR committee. Minimum how many directors must be there? Minimum how many directors must be there? 3 directors must be there. Who are those 3? Clearly write the names of those directors. Understood? Number 1. Take into account recommendation of CSR committee. Who recommended CSR policy? Take into account. Next one. Approving the CSR policy. Disclose the contents of CSR policy on the board report and also on the website. Ensure that the activities included in CSR policy are undertaken. If you are not following the CSR policy, write in the board's report why you are not following it. Read it. If you miss any one of the points in this 25, every chance it can come in exam. I covered all the concepts of CSR with 25 different types of questions. So read it properly. Disclose the composition means who are there. Take into recommendation the CSR committee, recommendation of CSR committee. After taking into consideration, approve that. After approving that, what is your CSR policy? Education means how you are providing that. Through school you constructed or already existing school you are giving, how you are doing that. Disclose in the board's report, also on the website. And give a assurance that what committee proposed, we are also following that. All the 5. Shall we go to the next one? One by one, tell me the answer. Point number 1. What we completed first? Applicability of CSR. Everyone understood the first point. Next one. After understanding the application of CSR committee, next comes the board. Who will oversee the CSR activity? Board. When? If the amount to be spent on CSR is not more than 50 lakhs. Next one. Board of directors duties, sorry, CSR committee duty will be formulate and recommend the policy, recommend the amount, monitor the CSR policy. These are the duties of the board. Next one. Now comes the spending. CSR is not a contribution. CSR is a spending. CSR is a expenditure. CSR is not a donation. CSR is not a, CSR is a spending. It's a expenditure. Which one? CSR. Therefore, read. Board of directors of the company shall ensure that the company spends in every financial year. How much? Not less than 2% of the average net profits of 3 immediately preceding financial year towards CSR. Read it. Please read the content clearly. I have one question. Okay. Okay. Now see. Tell me, CSR spending is optional or mandatory? Answer. Optional. Listen, shall is applicable for ensure, not spending. If you want, you can read the Bare Act also. The word shall is used in association with ensure. It's not used in association with spend. They can also write this way. The board of directors of the company shall spend. They didn't write like that in the act. Shall ensure that the company spend. Means what? Assurance should be given that we will spend in future. Shall is not applicable for spending. Shall is applicable for ensuring the spending. Read the Bare Act. I mean, study material you read. Shall is written before spending, shall is written before ensuring. 135 subsection 5. Have you read or not? Shall is applicable for spending, shall is applicable for ensuring. There is no mandatory concept of spending every year. You will accumulate every year. Spending may be done once. Clear or not? What is required every year? Ensuring the spending. Do you know what does it mean? Listen carefully. Listen. I wanted to construct a school providing free education to the children. Now answer, that is one of the CSR activity or not? But constructing a school will require around 2 crore rupees for me. How much? 2 crore. 2 crore rupees for me. 2% of average net profits comes to 50 lakhs. Comes to 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs it will come to. How many 60 lakhs I need to accumulate to make 2 crore? At least 3 years I need to wait. Answer, yeah. With 60 lakhs, you can construct only something in the school. To get a full-fledged school, it requires how many crores? 2 crore. With 60 lakhs, I can't do anything. Therefore, I will create a CSR fund. Create a CSR fund. Open a bank account. CSR fund liability lo you show. Bank account deposit that amount. Next year, again another 60 lakhs came. Deposit also that. It became 1 lakh 20. Sorry, 1 crore 20. Next year, it need not be 2%. Make 3% CSR contribution. Make it 2 crore. Take amount from the fund and invest in the, construct the school worth 2 crore. That means every year I spent, every year I accumulated for spending. That accumulation is made with an assurance that you will spend in future. That's why you use the word shall for ensure, not for spending. Are you understanding the point or not? People are misunderstanding this section. They're reading like the company shall spend. It's not company shall spend. Company shall ensure that it will spend in future. Clear or not, everyone? Next one also over. Read. Board of directors of the company shall ensure that the company spends in every financial year how much? Not less than 2% of average net profits of immediately preceding 3 financial years. Question arises. Sir, my company is in existence only for 2 years. Then what to do? 2 years average you take. How many years? 2 years average you have to take. Shall we continue? Next. Priority in CSR spending. Whenever CSR spending you are doing, do your CSR for your local area first. For example, your company is incorporated in Chennai. Say example. And you want to provide some CSR. First to provide to which area? Chennai area you provide. Why you are providing for other states and other places? Let your place grow first. So when it comes to CSR spending, priority should be first given to the local area. Understood the point? Next. What shall not be included in the net profit? Tell me, net profit into average net profits into how much percent? 2% you need to spend towards CSR. Answer. Now the question arises, in that net profit, what should not be included? Profits of the overseas branches should not be included. Reason? No. CSR activity should be done only in India. Only in CSR, full form. You be responsible socially in India, not to USA. When you are not spending the CSR for the benefit of other country, why other country profit should be taken? Therefore, when you are not providing benefits to them, don't take profits also from them. Dividend received from Indian company which is subjected to CSR. Listening? What will happen? Let me tell. My company is X Limited. My company is another company Y Limited. Y Limited la I invested in the shares. X Limited invested in the shares of 10% investment. How much? 10% investment. 1 lakh shares I invested. Totally 1 crore shares are there in Y Limited. I invested 1 lakh shares. 10 lakh shares. 1 crore shares are there. Or 10 lakh shares are there. I invested 1 lakh. 1 lakh shares out of 10 lakh means how much percent holding? 10% holding. Who is holding? X Limited. In which company? Y Limited. Y Limited is subjected to CSR. Y Limited subjected to? Everyone. Y Limited subjected to? Okay. From the net profits of Y Limited, it paid dividend. Who will also receive dividend now? X Limited will receive the dividend. X Limited receiving the dividend means X Limited is receiving the profit. Profits of whom? Company which is under CSR. Company which is under, that profit should not be included into your net profit because that is already CSR spent amount. Therefore, whenever you calculate net profits of your company, you should take your net profits only. Dividend received from other companies, a net profit belonging to your company or other company? Answer. That net profit amount came after paying CSR by that company or not? On the same amount again you should not spend CSR. I repeat one more time. Tell me, what amount should not be included in CSR? Profit of overseas branches. Number 2, dividend received from Indian company which is subjected to CSR. CSR is a appropriation, spending. I spend. After that I paid dividend. I paid. What do you mean by dividend? Distribution of profits. Distribution of, okay, I got profit, Y Limited. I distributed the profit to all. Along with that, who also received? X Limited is already under CSR. Now it has to spend the net profits or not? Dividend received will be P&L credit side. Who received? From whom? Income expense, credit or debit? What credit? Dividend income will be credited. Because of that, net profits will increase or decrease? Increase. On that net profit, don't apply 2% because in that there is a profit which is not your profit. Whose profit it is? Some other company profit came to your P&L account. That's why exclude that while calculating net profits. Understood the logic clearly? Yeah? So 1 or 2 points completed. Logic, everyone understood CSR. How many points we completed? 8 points we complete out of 25. Up to here, revise once very fast. We'll go into the next one. Please make it fast. Okay. Shall we go to the next one? What should not be included in net profit? Everyone understood the point clearly? Next. What is not a CSR spending? That means what will not amount to CSR. That means spending to this and don't tell that you made CSR. What are those? Every list I have written. See there. First one. Normal course of business. Listen. My company is in hospital business. Which business? I constructed a new hospital and said, I spent on medical things. You cannot. Because that's your normal business. Number one. Apollo Hospitals is there, yeah. Listed company, big profit, CSR applicability. They should not start hospital until I done CSR. Because medical facilities and hospitals is your normal course. Understood or not? Number one over. Number two, spending outside India is not a CSR. Just now I told you. CSR, you should be responsible not for USA or other countries. You should be responsible for India. Who should get benefit out of your CSR? Indians, not others. So spending outside India can never qualify for CSR. Okay. Next. Exception we will read later. Don't read now. Next one. Employee benefits. Very important here. See here. Overaction cases will come now. Companies are there. Listening. Companies are there. They will provide, they purchased 10 big vans. Okay. Proper infrastructure containing vans they purchase. Force motors, 11-seater, 12-seater vans are there. Yes or no? Employees can travel, na? For commuting the employees from company to home and home back to company, they commute through good vehicles. Send everything, air conditioning, everything will be there. All facilities, caravan type. Okay, companies purchasing. Each vehicle cost them 1 crore. Lavish vehicles. 10 vehicles they purchased. Each vehicle capacity 20. So 20, like the 10 vehicles, at one point of time, 200 people can come to the company. Listening, huh? On time it will start. Every home it will go. Take their employee, go to the company factory. Or go to the company's head office. Something they will do. Now answer, why you kept that vehicle? To save your time. Are you understanding or not? Second one, if you do like that, employees will stay in your company. That is your selfishness that if I provide a vehicle to them, they will come to the company out vehicle such that they will stay in my company because other companies are not providing this. That is your care. That is your business strata. That's a business stand that you have taken. Don't call it as a CSR. That's an employee benefit to retain the employees. Are you understanding or not? How companies will give employee stock options and stop the employees. Like that you are giving these benefits and you are stopping them. Don't call them as social responsibility. You are not taking social responsibility. Okay. Next one. Read. Next one. Great. Political contribution. Recently, so many things happened. Electoral bonds. BJP received around 7,000, 8,000 crores electoral bonds from various companies they received. Correct? Congress received. Okay, Congress. INC, Indian National Congress received. Next one, BRS has received. BSP received. Like that, so many political parties throughout India have received electoral bonds or not? Now tell me, a company contributed to politics and said, I have done CSR. Valid or not valid? Next, what is the next one? Sponsorship for marketing. Marketing, anything you do, that will not come under CSR. Next one, spending on a statutory obligation. I paid income tax and said I made CSR. What I paid? I said I made CSR, social responsible person. Arey idiot, that's your obligation. That's not responsibility. That is a obligation. You have to pay income tax. I paid PF to my employee and said I made social responsible task. That is not your responsibility. That is your obligation under law. These questions will come in exam. These activities are not qualified for CSR. Read it. If you observe, all these points in your study material are scattered here and there. I brought all the points of your study material into one place. If you read this document properly, no new question can come in exam. I will also share this, don't cry. Foreign company, did you find the document in the group? Like that, this also I will share. FEMA also I will share. Don't cry, everything I will share, whatever is completed. Sir, okay, please. Read, don't waste time. Completed a 9th one. Can go to the 10th. Very important, see here. How much I need to spend every year? Not less than how much? I spend 4% here. Next year, can I skip the spending? Don't tell yes, no, read that. Can we carry forward the excess CSR spend? Yes. It can be set off against the CSR obligation of subsequent years. Now tell who said no? So therefore, can it be used for set off? Yes, you can use. If you spend 6%, next 2 years you need not spend. Happily you can sleep. Listening or not, everyone? Tell me. 2% if you spend this year. How much? 2% if you spend this year. Next year, 3% if you spend this year. How much? 3% if you spend this year. How much percent it is enough if you spend in the next year? Did you understand or not? Every year minimum how much? I spend how much? Answer. Next year how much minimum? 2. But already I spent excess how much? I need to spend how much in the next year now? Answer. Wrong answer. It depends on amount, not on percentage. Next year profits are dependent on amounts. Percentage may change. Percentage may be 1% only. But that amount will change. Therefore, you should see it properly and you need to write the answers. Okay. This is called as avesam. Anxiety, you will write the answers that will go wrong in exam. 3% means don't next year 2 minus excess 1. This 1% is for this year average. Next year 3 years average, if you calculate, amounts will change or not? Amounts can be used for set off, not the percentages. Clear or not? Next. Is carry forward permissible for any number of years? Read. No. Maximum set off for 3 subsequent financial years only. Or else one time I will spend and I will happily sleep for 20 years means they will not allow you. Maximum how many years you can set off? 3 years you can set off. Next. Conditions for set off. When you can set off it? First board resolution is required. Next. Excess percentage, excess amount. The amount to spend, not percentage. Excess amount spent shall not include surplus from the CSR activity. Sir, what do you mean CSR activity surplus? Listen. Shall we? We sometimes try to do social activity. God is so graceful, He gave profit in that. Example. I will give you an example. We started a government school. Not government school, company operated free school. Free. Free means not absolutely free. Government will charge 1,000 rupees per month. How much? 1,000 rupees per example, 1,000 rupees per month. I will put best faculties in the school. I will charge 500, I said. Lower corporate schools are charging around 8,000, 10,000 per month. Government school charges 10% of that. My school will charge only 5%. Listening? We expected that around 100, 200 students will come. To our surprise, 2,000 students joined. All of them will give 500 each per month. Enormous profits came. This is called as profits out of CSR. Listening, everyone? That profit should not be re-spent on CSR next year. Are you understanding or not? That means profits coming from CSR activity should not be taken to use it for CSR, because profits you are using here, you are not putting expenditure. Are you understanding or not? So tell me, your profit should not include CSR surplus. Okay. That's the next one. Read up to 12th one. I want you to read 9, 10, 11, 12. Take a minute time, complete it fast. Revise it. When I gave time to revise, please revise only. Okay. Shall we go to the next one? Okay. How to utilize surplus of CSR activity? Just now I said CSR surplus can be used for CSR. How to use? They said how to utilize surplus on CSR activity. Plowback and use for the same project. Plowback and use it for same project. Sir, you said you cannot. I said in that 2% you don't count it. You can use it for same purpose. There is a lot of difference between do not use and there is a lot of difference between do not consider. I said you should not consider that amount in the 2% spending, but you have to use only for the same purpose. That means the 2% what you spend should be taken from your company's income. You need to take and you need to spend. Clear or not, everyone? Tell me now, how to utilize CSR activity surplus? First, plow back and use it for the same project, but don't count it into that 2%. That means along with this, you need to spend another 2%. Clear, everyone? Next, R for new CSR policy. New CSR policy. R. Transfer to CSR fund under Schedule 7 within how many months? 6 months from the end of financial year. This is important question. Can come in exam. How to utilize CSR surplus? Okay. Use it for the CSR project or start a new project with that amount or transfer to the fund and spend within how many months? 6 months. Within 6 months of the financial, transfer it to the fund. Government established a CSR fund under Schedule 7. To that fund, you transfer that amount. Government will use it if you could not use. Next. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Extremely important MCQs. Listen carefully. What is the maximum permissible administration overhead? Tell me how much? Not exceeding 5%. What is this? Listen. I operated a school. Okay. School, what is the most important thing? In a school, what is the most important thing? Teaching is important. Are you under? School, what is important? Yeah, when kids are there in the school, what is the most important? Teaching is the most important task. Correct? Listen, why I am telling this? Please, I appointed one PRO for him salary. I appointed 5-6 administration staff salary. I appointed unnecessary required staff salary. Like this you should not do. CSR activity should be the priority. Administration overheads should be the last priority. Therefore, what they said is 2% you will spend or not. Let us say 1 crore. If you spend on school 1 crore per annum, more than 2 lakhs you should not spend on administration expenses. More than 5 lakh you should not spend on administration expenses. So maximum amount is how much? 5%. Technically, what he wanted to tell, 95% of the money should go to the main activity. Should go to the teacher salary. You pay. Are you understanding or not? Working staff, you pay. Unnecessary administration expenses should not go beyond 5%. In our example, 1 crore 5% mean maximum 5 lakh. 95 lakhs you should use only for main activity of CSR. Clear, everyone? Next. Please. Can a company carry on CSR collectively with other companies? This is a variety concept. You cannot do on your own. Can I continue with other companies? I will give you when this will be done. Shall we? I wanted to take a village adoption. You know village adoption policy? VAP they call. Village adoption policy. Government introduced that in 2008. Government introduced it. After that, Tata company has taken around 560 villages adoption. What they will do? Village adoption means what government has to do, they will do. What? Government has to give electricity or not? Tata will give electricity. Group Tata. Tata Group will give. Water has to be given by government. Tata Group will give. Except certain sovereign powers. All others, corporate will take care. What do you mean sovereign power? Law and order. Police, you can't have a private police force. Government will have a police station there. Those kinds of things, you can't take the corporate control. Listening or not? In that village, we found natural gas and petrol. Then Tata Group should not tell that this belongs to us. Did you understand or not? Minerals, atomic energy, sovereign powers like police department, etc., Army, Navy, Air Force. These are certain things who government only will have control. No corporate should enter into that. Understood? So, village adoption I wanted to take. Listening or not? That village adoption requires 500 crores. How many crores? 500 crores. But my 2% of net, every year we have to spend 500 crores. Not one time, yeah. Village adoption means every year, recurring, I have to spend 500 crores. But that's a very good deal. It will be serving around 10,000 people living in that village, surrounding villages. Or you understand? One mandal I wanted to take on CSR. My idea is very good, but my amount is not sufficient. My 2% is coming to 150 crore. But to take up that, I require how much? Answer. Group with other companies now. Other companies having same ideology. Sir, when other companies will have same ideology? When they are your subsidiaries. Are you understanding? My company is very big. My company is having subsidiary. Those subsidiaries are also under CSR. What I will do? Hand on hand we will go. I have 150. My 10 subsidiaries are having 50, 60, 70 crores like that. 2% values. We will merge all the companies. And we will spend on CSR. That means collective investment to CSR. Permitted or not permitted? But each and every company independently should spend 2%. Are you understanding or not? Read. Can a company carry on CSR activity collectively with other companies? Yes, but each company shall satisfy the requirement of 2% spending. Understood this condition clearly? Yeah. Next one. Can company use pass-through for CSR implementation? What do you mean by pass-through? I will not spend directly. I will put one experienced person in the middle. That person will use it for CSR. When I don't have a skill to, sir, my company is in software. Software antene looting. Suddenly from where responsibility will come to me? Point here. Suddenly from where I will get social responsibility? My intention is to responsibly loot the government, loot the public. That is our intention. Do you know why? Software companies will always have a bloated share prices. Bloating share prices means really their worth will be 1000, 1500. Share price will be 2000, 2500. Always software companies are bloated with their share prices. Really they are not worth, but they bloat their share prices like that. Reason I told, software is an intangible asset. Software is a tangible asset, an intangible asset. On intangible assets you are trading. Intangible assets, whenever it gain value like that, it can also fall. Are you understanding or not? That's why economies which are more dependent on software, they will be always subjected to a level of a danger. Do you know why? Software will always rise and fall, but manufacturing will never go like that. That's why Tamil Nadu government will have a stable income, because it depends more not on this of software, almost zero. Mainly it focuses on what? Manufacture. Are you understanding? Like Singapore, okay, like main other countries like Germany, Japan, they depend more on manufacturing. Manufacturing ke ups and downs will be there, but not so bad like affecting the software. That's why Bangalore is never a place to settle, for good reasons. Okay, settle means I'm not telling about going and settling. I'm not telling that. Settle your money. Reason is it has more software companies inside it. I will not tell like this. I will tell only software is there. Okay, only software is there. Any time it can rise, any time it can fall. Are you understanding or not? Any time it can rise, any time it can fall. When fall is there, badly it will fall. When rise is there, it will also take them to the sky high. Both are possible for a software. That's why areas which concentrates with a blend of software and manufacturing, they will become always the leaders, and they will become good economy because of both blend together. Cities like New York, yeah. Why America is so popular? Extremely why it is growing? Its economy is growing because of the following reasons. How big its software industry is, that big its manufacturing is. They manufacture heavy duty machineries. They manufacture vehicles. Are you understanding or not? They have good manufacturing sector. One belt to belt manufacturing is there. One belt to belt port city is there. One belt full of infrastructure. Silicon Valley is there. Are you understanding? Extreme west of USA, Silicon Valley, which we call the state of California, one of the most dangerous states in the world. One of the most dangerous states in the world. Not one of the first dangerous state in the world, state of California. Because world economy money, in that 3% world economy is there in one single state in USA, state of California. One of the most dangerous, one of the most economically strong state in the world, state of California. Because California is having one most important city with it, called as a San Diego. Okay, below that San Diego is there. Main city is San Jose. San Jose. You will see the name as SANJOSE. It's not San Jose. It's a San Jose. They spell J as H. It's called as a San Jose. What is importance of San Jose? I will tell you, listen. Apple's head office is there in San Jose, Cupertino. Apple head office is in a oval building. That's there in place called as a Cupertino in San Jose. So, Microsoft is in San Jose. Okay, Microsoft is in San Jose. This is in San Jose. Google is in San Jose. All these belong to one place called as a San Jose, which is adjacent to San Francisco. San Francisco is a working place. Corporate place is San Jose. You can imagine what Apple is, what Microsoft is, what Google is, how they are ruling the world today. All these belong to one common place called as California state. California state, this is one example. Movie industries developed in Los Angeles. You will get mind blown if you see Disney. Disney is there. Universal Studios is there. The amount of revenue it generates, it will boggle your mind. You won't imagine that there is a place like what to say, Las Vegas. So Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose, what not, heaven on earth is there in California. So imagine such a big place, and same California state is also having Area 51. They believe na, there is some UFOs are there. That UFOs also located in a place called as Area 51. It's called as a Death Valley. So many things are there na, that made that state always people to visit that place. Whenever people go to USA, first place to visit, if you ask, they will tell, I want to see California. So how it look like? Maybe people who have this knowledge. Have you ever played a game called as a GTA Vice City? Very popular. Na? I also used to play. For that one attempt in CA. So gone. So GTA Vice City game will be there. Vice City la one place will be there na. Actually that place is there in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, that place is there. I can understand you are excited, nostalgic you are feeling. I also felt this. Array, you are listening. I went there directly. All images coming in my brain when I used to play. If you play, you can understand. If you did not play GTA Vice City, maybe you are not connected. But, yes, correct. I can't tell that in class now. So, sorry, listen, yeah. Listen. So, listen. Whatever the game shows the road, extremely everything, same as it is, that the pictures taken from Los Angeles. Los Angeles, all these places are there. So same thing they have taken, they made the game out of it. So you call entertainment, California has it. You call software, California has it. You call port city, California has it. You call manufacturing, California has it. So like this, so many things made that state one of the most economically strong countries in the world. So whatever the brands you're seeing today, na, Hollister, American Eagle, Abercrombie, like that, all US brands, all hails from California. The first fashion, whatever comes in the world, will first comes to California and Los Angeles. Any fashion you call fashion designing or fashion dress or something like that, any fashion first starts in USA, in a place called as California, and in a place called as Los Angeles. Los Angeles, it starts because there the movie starts in the world. Hollywood is there in Los Angeles. Hollywood, yeah? Big or smaller? Not big, yeah? You know, a separate government. So that is there in California state. So how big California? These are certain examples. You can imagine how the cities are. Likewise, they are having California state. Likewise, they are having a defense state like Texas. They are having banking, financial place called as New York. New York plus software companies will not be there. All banking, financial capital, like Bombay for us. How Mumbai for us? All financial and securities, SEBI, NSE, BSE, banking head offices are there in Mumbai. Like that, New York also has Wall Street. NYSE is there. NYSE, banks, you call any bank, Bank of America, head office in New York. Wells Fargo, head office in New York. Citibank, head office in New York. Any type of bank, it's a financial capital. Are you understanding? Personally, if you ask me, what is a mind-blown place in entire USA if you see? With no stretch of imagination, I will tell New York City. Where a level. Actually, you won't feel that you are in some place on earth. Never you will feel. Really, humans constructed this city. Like that, the feel will come. If there is a city like that, no stretch of imagination, that's New York. New York City, a very level city it is. And moreover, maybe you know or not, New York City don't have residents. New York is not for residency. New York is for offices. That's why parking also will not be there. That's why Uber started in New York first. You know the Uber services. Uber started in New York. There is no owned cars running there. Only Ubers will run. There is no parking slots. Therefore, you can't park your vehicle. You can park in slotted vehicle. Per hour, you have to pay $200. By the time you watch a movie and come back, your 1 month salary. So, therefore, all this makes that place extremely costly to live. That's why places like Queens, places like Bronx, these became popular in New York, 40 kilometers away from the city. There people will live. If you have to come from there, you have to come every day. Summary of all these things, try to understand clearly how economically strong your, hey listen yeah, how economically strong your company is, how economically strong your country is, always depends on the various types of businesses you take. A state should have software, a state should have manufacturing, a state should have a service sector. Everything must be there in a particular country or a state. Then it will be well grown and well developed. That's why the development happened in state of Gujarat. Because when Modi is a CM of that particular state, when that state is zero, do you know 2001 year there is an earthquake in Gujarat? Maybe you are too young to remember. There is one earthquake. Not at born means I can't do anything. 2000 year earthquake came in Gujarat, which has shattered all the dreams of people there. Listen, not born means okay. Listen, 2000 year one earthquake came, which made Gujarat state as a zero state, literally zero. All important places you call like Ahmedabad, you call Surat, you call any place you call, zero it became. Literally earthquake has shattered it. Magnitude of 8.5 something came. Gujarat became zero. Everyone thought that it will become Bihar. And not to demotivate Bihar state, but I am telling people will compare now. People said that it will become another Bihar, it will never get developed. West side that state, east side this state. Like that they compared, they said it will become zero. From India map Gujarat will go. Like that people started telling. Then one person became the chief minister of that state. He changed the way in such a way that 10 years like Gujarat became second most economically strong state in India. Means it don't happen just like that. Yeah, if it does nothing, it don't happen. What not? They developed ports, they developed infrastructure, they developed the diamond business, they developed the information technology, they developed manufacturing, they brought subsidies, everything. Now it has become one of the economically most strongest state in India. How? One person has done that. Like that, every state or every country, some person will come who changes everything. Before him, after him, like that, they will make the changes. So, whenever you are making any CSR activity, you need not do on your own. Sometimes there may be a need, we need to go hand on hand with other companies and do. Sometimes I may not be well experienced to carry on CSR activity. I am in software. What I know about all this, I don't know anything. I wanted to make CSR. If I make, which one I should make? Education? I don't know how to spend. Women empowerment, I don't know how to spend. Clean Ganga project, I don't know how to spend. What to do? Therefore, I will put one Section 8 company in the middle. Whom I will put? Or a trust or a society who is already doing this activity. Listening or not? There is a Section 8 companies who run orphanages or not? Old age homes or not? That person experienced medium you need to have first. That means instead of you directly spending, you put one experienced medium in the middle. You give money to them, they will spend on CSR. But who are permitted to stand in the middle? 4 persons are allowed. Important question, it can come in exam. See there. Who are the eligible pass-throughs? Please read. Section 8 company. Registered public trust. Next. Registered society. Registered under section 12 or 80G. You know 80G under income tax. Under that you should be registered entity. or next, sorry, registered entity. 4 entities they said. Number 1, Section 8. Number 2, trust, society, any entity under 80G or 12A. These entities can be using for pass through. Means what? Company will give to, you are not answering. Yeah, company will give to these 4 entities. Since the 4 entities are there, I call them as specified entities. I call them specified entities for easy understanding in the classroom discussion. Tell me, our company will give to, specified entity will spend on CSR. Therefore, we call them as a pass through. Everyone understood the point? Next, specified entities having minimum track record of 3 years, not established by company. That means if company established it, okay. If company is not establishing it, that trust society, Section 8 company should have how many years of past experience? 3 years experience in doing that similar social responsibility activity. Number 3, read. Section 8 company or registered trust or registered society established by CG or SG. If you are using a CG or SG as a trust or society, experience also not required. Directly go with. Last one. Any entity established by an act of parliament or state legislature, directly you can use them. Remember these 4 points. Read it. First tell me, what are the specified entities? Section 8 company, registered trust, registered society, entity registered under 12A or 80G of Income Tax Act. Okay, next. That specified entity should have a minimum track record of how many years? 3 years. Or established by CG or by parliament or state legislature. These persons should be registered. I am writing now. How to get registration? See there. Specified entity should apply to ROC. Read. Specified entity should apply to the, in what form? In what form? That form should be signed by entity and also by verified by CA, RCS, or CMA. Apply to whom? ROC. For what? Registration. MCA will give CSR registration number to the entity. Okay, read again. Who will apply? Specified entity. Apply to? For the purpose of registration. In form number, signed by entity, verified by CA or CMA or CS. Next, read. Can CSR of a company be assisted through international organization? That means we are not using pass through being Indian. I want to use IMF, World Bank, UNESCO, UNICEF. There are organizations, are there or not? I wanted to do through them. Can I do? See there. Yes. Companies may engage international organizations for designing, monitoring, and evaluating CSR projects. That means you cannot use them as a pass through. You can use it only for decision making, advisory. Okay. Next. Read. What is the duty of CSR committees of companies when there is a collaboration with other companies? You can collaborate with other companies or not. What is the duty of each and every company inside that? Report separately about their CSR activity. I said na, each and every company should spend 2%. You prepare your own report separately. Next, disclosure in board report. How made? Board's report shall attach annual report on CSR. Next, disclosure by foreign company. If you remember, foreign companies are subjected to CSR or not? Just now we read section 381, accounts of foreign company. In that account separately show the CSR spending in the P&L account. So disclosure will be as per section number 381. Next one. When the impact assessment is required. When the impact assessment is required. Sir, what do you mean by impact assessment? Please listen. Your company spent money on CSR. What is your CSR? Education to poor. Whether you are successful in doing that or not, assess your impact on education. See, what is it? Average CSR obligation not less than. Everyone, average CSR obligation not less than. CSR outlay of any project not less than. 1 year has completed since such project has been undertaken as at the date of carrying the impact assessment. Read, I will explain the meaning clearly. Read it once. Okay. Now tell. First, impact assessment must be done by all companies in CSR. No. Tell me, every company should carry on only one CSR activity. Yeah? Can I carry on multiple CSR activity? Can I spend my 2% across various projects? That's why. See there. CSR average obligation is 10 crore. That means average net profits we calculate now 2% of average. That average came to not less than how much? 10 crore. You wanted to take up multiple projects. Multiple amount spent on each project is not less than again 1 crore. In such case, whether your 1 crore rupee which was spent on that, whether it is working well or not, you have to do a impact assessment. Who should do? Board of Directors. That's the next point. Obligation of board with respect to impact assessment. Read. Attach annual report on CSR to the board's report. Okay. First tell me, when impact assessment is mandatory, average obligation comes to how much? Not less than 10 crore. Or next end, average obligation on any one of the project is not less than 1 crore. Then only impact assessment becomes mandatory. Who will do the impact assessment? Attach that impact assessment copy to the board's report. I will ask you one question. Tell. It is mandatory to spend. It is mandatory to ensure. Answer. It may spend this year. It may not spend. But mandatory is ensure that you will spend in future. Future means can I wait for 10-15 years? What will happen if it is unspent after 2-3 years is the point. Very, very important question. That's the last question on CSR. Read. Treatment of unspent CSR. How made? Read. Unspent on any ongoing project. Means already we started, but still unspent. Still we have to spend on it. Read. Transfer such amount to a separate bank account with a scheduled bank in the name unspent CSR account within how many days? 30 days from the end of financial year to be utilized within 3 financial years. Failing which, government will take that amount. What do you mean government take that amount? Transfer that amount to the CSR fund under schedule 7 within how many days? 30 days from the end of which financial year? 3rd financial year. Listen carefully. We said we are going to construct a school. Going to construct a ongoing project, it to be taken. Ongoing. We started it. We just took the land, etc. Construction will come after 3 years. Listening. 20-30 lakhs we purchased the land village. Big land in village means 20-30 lakhs is enough. We purchase. We said that we will construct school in next 2-3 years. 1 year completed. Fund accumulated but not spent. 2 years completed. Fund accumulated, not spent. 3 years completed. Fund accumulated, not spent. 3rd year after, you don't have right to continue with the fund. Transfer everything to the government fund account called as a CSR fund. Within how many days? 30 days. From the beginning and ending. Beginning and ending. End of which financial year? 3rd financial year. Next one. Other cases. Transfer to CSR fund under schedule 7. Within how many months? 6 months from the end of the financial year. With this, the most important and the biggest area of the chapter, CSR, has been completed. Next, after the break, 1 hour to 1.5 hours we will spend and we will complete all other important sections. I said 128, 129, 136, 137. First priority we have to complete this. Pakka guarantee from this 4, one question will come. From the 5, sorry. 128, 129, 136, 137, 135. One question will come. Okay. So take a break and come.